Hey there, good evening. Thank you for tuning in and for watching ANF Plus. Here to give you a check of the forecast. I am First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin. It's been a stunning Sunday. We have so many outdoor events going on today, and the weather has been great for just about all of them. A little warmer today, a little bit more humid than it has been the past couple of days. Nonetheless, still a great day across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. Want to remind you, we're streaming across many platforms right now. The First Alert Weather app, the Atlanta News First app, that's our news app. AtlantaNewsFirst.com, Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, YouTube right now we're streaming as well. Give our account a like or follow so you can be notified to any other live streams in the future. Just search Atlanta News First on YouTube. And again, that's the place we're streaming right now. If you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, no matter what platform you are watching, you can go to YouTube, and that's the place to type in your questions or get any clarification on the forecast as we go deeper into the rest of the weekend. And then eventually next week, we do have some changes kind of there tucked in at the extended portion of the First Alert forecast. For now, though, it's really more of the same, more gorgeous weather in the forecast this evening. Temperatures trending downward, though still warm in the city. We managed mid to upper 80s this afternoon, about 86, 87 in most neighborhoods for a high temperature between 3 and 5 o'clock this afternoon. Now that the sun has set, we're still hanging on to some warmth, but a little cooler than earlier. 79 downtown Atlanta, 78 East Point, 79 Emory, located there in Druid Hills. 79 Hiram, and just to the north and west, though, Dallas typically is one of our cooler thermometers, certainly the case right now, at 68. Southeast side, Rockdale County, Conyers, 73. Beaufort, northeast side, Gwinnett County at 76. Covington, 75, and 72 right now in Marietta, where it is absolutely stunning. Back closer to home, we're bringing live outside as well. This is a live look from the Atlantic Building in Atlantic Station, looking across the connector, 7585, back towards Midtown Atlanta. Great visibility out there. Can't see it with all the city lights, but lots of stars up in the sky, a mostly clear sky out there this evening, and just a few high wispy clouds moving across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta this evening. We did have some in the way of cloud cover this afternoon, but still a day with a lot of sunshine. I think even more sun coming up tomorrow. First Alert forecast, pleasant Sunday weather is in the outlook, so tomorrow morning is going to be nice, midday tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. No matter what time your plans bring you outdoors, if they do, we're going to have some pretty decent weather across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. Now, on that note, we're going to go ahead and dive into the forecast right now, hour by hour, walking through the rest of the evening. Not bad. This is another live look outside at Olympic Centennial Park there in downtown Atlanta. Now let's bring you into the future here. Next 8 to 10 hours. Pretty nice. 12 hours, in fact. 11 p.m. Temperature still mid-70s in Atlanta, so a little bit of a slower cooling trend this evening. You'll just notice that the temperature will take a little bit longer to cool compared to the past few evenings where it's been set up where we had temperatures in the 70s to near 80, and then as soon as that sunset, temperatures cool down. Not exactly the case this evening. We have a little bit more moisture, still a few high wispy clouds, so a slower after sunset cool down period. 71 by 3 o'clock in the morning. I think mid to upper 60s inside the perimeter. Of course, it'll be warmest tomorrow morning, and mildest inside I-285. We'll reach our coolest point of the day about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And then by 9 a.m., we're back up to 71. Keep in mind, though, that is in the city of Atlanta. You get outside of I-285. Even some of our typically cooler neighborhoods inside the perimeter could be a little bit cooler tomorrow morning, where there's a little less pavement outside of Midtown and downtown. Temperatures just a little bit cooler, though milder than it has been. Case in point, even Canton at 63, Rome 62 for low tomorrow, a milder start, 50s kind of reserved for the mountains tomorrow morning. 63 Athens, 62 in Covington. Notice Kennesaw even 65, I think 64 Smyrna, 62 Palmetto, 61 in McDonough. Down in Henry County, 63 Lawrenceville, Sugar Hill, and Beaufort in the mid-60s tomorrow morning before 8 o'clock. So if you're headed out to brunch tomorrow, it's going to be gorgeous. Great Sunday to get outside and enjoy some outdoor time with friends, family, loved ones, or just enjoy it by yourself. Temperatures in the 70s, lots of sun to begin the day. Of course, after our morning lows in the 60s and 50s in the mountains, quickly back into the 70s. That is when the majority of that kind of 9, 10 a.m. pivotal point to about 1, 2 in the afternoon when everyone is really getting outside. The majority of that period spent in the 70s, though we're pushing 80 and then eventually getting above 80, maybe 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the city of Atlanta. And from there, we're going to warm a little bit further, though cooler than today. We're going to shave just a few degrees off of your forecast temperatures tomorrow afternoon compared to today when we were about 86, 87. And right now it's looking like tomorrow will be about 83 and 84. And the city of Atlanta, Gainesville, 81. Stunning afternoon on Lake Lanier. Athens, 83. Rome, 86. Noonan, 82. Tomorrow afternoon, everyone just a couple degrees cooler than today. One thing I think you will notice is that tomorrow may feel a little bit cooler. The humidity did get a nice boost today, but tomorrow the humidity comes back down just a skosh. So the air may feel just a little bit drier around the area, especially up in the mountains tomorrow afternoon, which, of course, no one's going to be complaining about. It'll be pretty nice out there. A little warm, but not too bad with sunshine, light breeze, and low humidity. And Norman Bell saying hello to folks in Atlanta watching from Scotland, the United Kingdom. So we have viewers across the board. If you're local and you need clarification on the forecast, YouTube, the place to be, along with Norman Bell. Just search Atlanta News First on YouTube. Give us a like, give us a follow. You'll be alerted to future live streams talking about the forecast. And a reminder that we are going to be here for the next few minutes, maybe the next 3-4 minutes. Going to dive a little bit deeper into the forecast. And if you do have any weather questions, comments, concerns, just give me a holler. Again, you can see my name right there. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin here. You are watching ANF Plus, Atlanta News First Plus, streaming across all digital platforms this evening outside of news time to make sure you still have a way to get the forecast, even if you weren't able to catch us today. For example, our early evening newscast preempted by football. We're back on Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW affiliate at 10 p.m., and then we're back on Atlanta News First WANF a little bit later this evening for the late news. Hour by hour tomorrow, it's going to be absolutely stunning. Reminder, final day of the North Georgia State Fair tomorrow, October 1st. Get out there and enjoy it, I should say. Today, though, decent as well. Keep in mind, we are not wrapping up fair time tonight until midnight, so about another 4 hours to get outside and enjoy it. Tomorrow, Sunday, temperatures peaking in the lower 80s, lots of sun, low humidity as mentioned. But, despite the sun angle getting a little bit lower, it's high enough to still, even though it's relatively late in the year now, officially into fall, to still give you sunburn. So make sure you're wearing, applying and reapplying the sunscreen out there tomorrow afternoon and early evening, because sun will be plentiful tomorrow, probably even more sunshine tomorrow than what we had today. Stay hydrated as well, but overall, absolutely stunning fair weather. No reason not to get outside. Now, here is what they kind of teased in the YouTube text there for watching our live stream on YouTube this evening. Atlanta News First, the account to like and follow. We're going to get a little bit cooler. It'll take some time, but there is a system to track as we get into late week and next weekend. Notice a fairly typical, pleasantly warm, we'll call it work week, trending downward just a bit from 84 tomorrow afternoon, 84 Monday afternoon, 83 Tuesday, Wednesday afternoons, and then a couple afternoons in the lower 80s, 82 or so. That's kind of an average, some a little cooler, some about 83, 84 maybe, and the typically warmer spots as we get into next Thursday, especially. Morning's fairly comfortable, low to mid-60s, but that's, I think, more of the lower 60s than the mid-60s, and that's our warmest spot, city of Atlanta. Most folks spending each morning in the upper 50s to near 60 through Friday morning, after a mild start tomorrow morning. And then we get into Friday, going to boost the rain chance just a bit, though I will say this next front that's moving in, not looking like a big rainmaker, and we may be able to drop that rain chance even further. But that is the next day with a chance of showers and maybe a couple of thunderstorms in the forecast, but not looking like a widespread rainmaker. This next front that's moving in has a greater likelihood of producing widespread rain and storms across the southern plains and the mid-south, but as it gets into the southeast, the Appalachians, the east coast, especially the southeast, looking like it's going to dry up just a little bit. So we don't have a likely rain chance in the forecast. I think the bigger impact from this next system, and we're still 6-7 days out here, is going to be not to bring us widespread rain, which we kind of need at this point. Going on 14, 15 days without any measurable rain at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Typically, September and October are driest point of the year, so this is not necessarily typical. Longest stretch of days that we have gone without rain, I believe, is in October, November of 2016. Record greater than 40 days. First Alert Meteorologist Fred Campania talking about that on Friday on Atlanta News First, live at 5. But while we may not reach that number, if we don't get rain Friday, it may be several more days after Friday before the next rain chance enters the forecast. What I do think this next front will do, though, is going to help bring a cooler condition into North Georgia, perhaps the coolest temperature so far this year. We're going to 77 next Saturday, though I will say some data is cooler. We're going 61 next Saturday morning. Some data is cooler. But there is a little bit of uncertainty in that forecast as we get into Friday, Saturday, how far south the cool air gets, the depth of that cool air, the magnitude of the cool air. We know there's going to be a front, kind of a change of air masses moving through the mid-south, the Midwest, the Northeast, the Ohio River Valley, but this far south, I-20 corridor, we're going to be having to kind of fine-tune that forecast, I think, over the next few days, so you could see some subtle fluctuations in that Friday, Saturday, and into next weekend picture, but in general, it is looking like much cooler air will invade North Georgia, Metro Atlanta, our first real taste of fall. We've had a couple little blips of fake fall, but we're talking highs in the 70s, lows in the 50s in the city of Atlanta. A little cooler outline, could be some 40s on the map for sure. Something we'll be watching. That's next Friday, Saturday, kind of next thing to keep in the back of your head. Next weather system that could impact a couple plans, but right now not looking like a big rainmaker, but it could bring a more substantial push of cool fall air back into the picture about this time next weekend, if not by Friday. Reminder, as we're talking about the extended forecast here, you can always get a check at AtlantaNewsFirst.com and in the First Alert weather app. If you don't have it, just scan that QR code upper right-hand corner of your screen, especially when you see it on TV. Maybe a little bit hard if you're watching me on a mobile device right now. You can also just search Atlanta News First or First Alert Weather in your app or Google Play Store. Free and easy download. And the forecast, the extended portion of the forecast on those devices will go out to 10 days, so you get an even greater first alert to any changes coming our way in North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. I want to thank you, Norman, everyone else, for watching this evening. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Coming up here in about an hour and 45 minutes, we're live on Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW affiliate, also back on WANF. Hopefully on time tonight, but football can sometimes push us back on Saturday evenings here on CBS. But still, we'll be keeping you updated in the app, Atlanta News First app, the First Alert Weather app, and at AtlantaNewsFirst.com, even outside of news time. And if you're about to hit the hay, head to bed. You can wake up with First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazi. She'll walk you tomorrow morning on Atlanta News First through your Sunday forecast and an update on that late week front. Have yourself a wonderful evening and a great rest of your weekend. Cheers, Norman. Thanks for watching.